How to become a better crocheter without crocheting. This is the best piece of advice you can get when it comes to learning how to create your own pieces, freehanding pieces, and just expanding your toolbox. So I like to go onto Pinterest with no purpose, and I like to look at just random things, okay? Skirts, sweaters, scarves, you name it, and I like to test myself. I like to say, okay, what stitch are they using? And I have to then start thinking about it, because if you see a piece in the future and you know what stitch it is, that's like step one of being able to recreate it, right? But besides actually having the correct colored yarns, if you're trying to recreate it to the T, it's what stitch is this? And in order to learn the stitches, go onto YouTube and look up crochet stitches tutorial, and then you're adding something else to your resume. You don't have to physically crochet them in the moment, but the more you can recognize, the better you are to be like, okay, wait, this is the star stitch. Okay, in the future, when I see the star stitch, I can now recreate it because I know there's a tutorial on this on YouTube, thanks to the crafty moms out there. Step number 2 that you also want to do is, can I recreate this alpha pattern? If you see an alpha pattern like this, now this is knitted at this part, but if you saw an alpha pattern, could you get a grid piece of paper that we used to use in middle school and elementary school, and could you draw it out and create it? Can you find it on Pinterest? And if you can kind of guesstimate with alpha patterns, you can basically recreate them without having to find the actual pattern. Okay, another thing that you want to look for when you're looking at random things on Pinterest. Can you tell when they increased versus decreased? Can you understand the silhouette? I think this is arguably the most important, because with stitches, you can kind of just make it whatever you want, but if you don't get the silhouette, you're not going to be really able to recreate the piece. So really understand, okay, what shapes am I seeing? How much does it flare out? Is that flare out gradual? Okay, then we didn't increase by much. But if it's very dramatic, then yeah, we had a lot more increases in that row. And when you're looking at sweaters, again, look at where those increases and decreases start, because a traditional gradual decrease is going to make it look a lot more like this type of sweater. But if you do very little decreases / no decreases, your project is going to look more like this type of off the shoulder.